Hello everyone, my name is Rosin, and welcome back to Back Alley Knife Fights. This is the series where I record my fighting game match footage and record my personal growth and progress on my fighting game journey. And this is going to be a pretty special landmark episode for me. It is currently May 25th at 9:40, and in about 2.5 hours I will be attending Combo Breaker 2023, my first tournament ever. Online, offline, ever. And for those of you who aren't from over here in the United States or maybe don't follow fighting games that much, Combo Breaker is a major tournament here in the States. So it's going to be pretty big, going to have a lot of people, going to have a lot of stiff competition, most likely. And, you know, I'm a little nervous. I am a little nervous about how I'm going to do, how I'm going to perform. I feel under-practiced in the majority of the games I signed up for, just because, you know, life sometimes doesn't let you practice as much as you want to. So the game I'm playing right here is my favorite fighting game of all time, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It is also the one I put the most time in practicing for and feel the most confident in, but at the same time, Marvel 3 is an old game. The diehard community for this game really know what they're doing, and I only feel like I semi-know what I'm doing. I'm not the most optimal player in the world. There's a lot of different things I still don't really necessarily know with my team. Like Dante, I know that there's a lot of cool stuff you can do in Devil Trigger and X Factor, and I lack a lot of that knowledge and a lot of those skills. So I am just going to do my best, and oh, look at that level 3, but I X Factor, but then the cross-up gets me, so frustrating, but it's okay. I still got most of my team, and they're down to Chun-Li. Though it's Marvel 3, X Factor level 3 anchor character can be the end of you if you're not careful, so. Yeah, this game is the one I, again, feel like I have the greatest shot at least winning one game. My hopes is that across all of the games I sign up for, I at least win one game. That is my bare minimum hopes. We'll see if even I can get that far. I have my doubts, but that could just also me being a little hard on myself, because as we all know, I can be a little bit of a self-deprecator, and that's something I've been trying to work on this year, trying to believe in myself. But hey, even if I do go 0-2, this is a big tournament. A lot of people coming out of the woodwork to show all of their skill, you know, show their skill off after so many months and even years in certain cases, practicing their games of choice. And hey, if I'm losing to probably some of the best around, all things considered. So not gonna feel too beat up about it. And that's just a, you know, further incentive to try to get my shit together for next time, right? It's like exercise. Sometimes you fall off the train and you just got to get back on. You can't spend too much time sulking and feeling bad for yourself. If I recall, this match was one I included on... Ooh, look at that. Okay, no, missed the sword loop. See, I'm having this issue with Marvel 3 Online, which notoriously is not great, but okay, there we go. I'm going into sword loops there, but didn't really get the loop part going because Morrigan died, but... Doing the Virgil S into the medium-heavy special to start the sword loop train, I've been having a lot of weird timing difficulties online with that, just because the Marvel 3 input lag, well, not input lag, but the network, the netcode lag and all that is not the greatest. But there we go, started to get a little bit of a loop there. Tried to do something fancy there with that running slash that I'm forgetting the name of. Rapid slash is the name of it. Couldn't get anything going. But this right here is a play I'm really proud of. I had a couple friends comment last time we played Multi-Blood together, which actually, to be fair, now that I'm thinking about it, was, I want to say, more like a year ago. Like, hey, you rush in when you have the life lead a lot, and there's no reason for you to be doing that. Just play cool, hang out, chill out, calm your head, wait for your opponent to make a mistake, or wait to poke out some openings like I did right there. And Dante has no shortage of excellent zoning tools in this game, and teleports and sneaky things you can do to fuck with your opponent. So I just decided to hang back here and wait for Hulk to do something. Using the X Factor there to cover my ass after that super didn't exactly do anything. Yeah, flying across the screen using that special. Using the guitar and various projectile moves just to keep Hulk away. Hulk really doesn't have a lot of great options for getting in. As you can see, this player's really struggling to do anything. I still have the Akuma assist to cover me too, and I could have wrapped it up there, but I went for the wrong button. I should have done hammer, but it's okay. I managed to weasel my victory there with the electric shock. So Yeah, very proud of that match, because it's just like, hey, you know what? Patience is its own reward in these games, and that is definitely something that I'm happy my friends noticed and kind of called me out on. And, you know, that is another good reason why you should be playing fighting games with friends and other people and developing that sort of community, is that they can notice those things that you do and point out to you, like, hey, your game plan would be a lot stronger here if maybe you just did X, Y, or Z. Alright, there we go. Classic Marvel 3 match here. Dante versus Virgil. Sons of Sparta, as I remember back in the day whenever there was a tournament and Dante and Virgil would be fighting, Yipes would always go, Dante versus Virgil, brother versus brother, Sons of Sparta, and always just hype up the booking there. And there we go, look at that, Spiral Swords. Don't often feel like I have the opportunity to hit this online just because of the, again, the lag. I really need to figure out the whole parsec deal, and oh, Jesus Christ, the happy birthday there on the Akuma. Akuma has an excellent assist. I love using Tatsu, but the problem is that Akuma does not have a lot of health, and whenever he gets, you know, hit as an assist, he's taken multiplied damage there, and it's very easy for him to die, and unfortunately don't get the bolt cancel right, but fortunately still managed to get the combo going here. I could have delayed that a little bit more, but I think that's a dead Dormammu, thankfully. Akuma is certainly my strongest character. He hits like a fucking truck. His X Factor level 3 game is ridiculous. There's a simplicity to his game plan, but I feel like I've gotten pretty good at opening up people with him. But sometimes I get a little too careless, like you see there, and Deadpool just kicked my shit in. Unfortunately, I could have gotten a combo there, but I just was not able to. And yeah, I couldn't get Stinger out. My Dante execution is still a little bit lacking, which I don't feel too bad about because Dante is one of the more complex characters in this game, but if there's one thing heading into Combo Breaker 2023 that I wish I practiced a little bit more, it's my Dante game. I think that I could have spent a little bit more time just getting him up to snuff with the rest of my team. I feel like I have an okay Virgil, at least a serviceable Virgil. Akuma I've been playing literally since the days of Vanilla Marvel 3, so I'm like, hey, I think he'll be fine, but Dante is the newest addition to my team. I've always, ever since Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I've always had some variant of Akuma and Virgil on my team, I'm pretty sure. Maybe once in a while experimenting with different teams, but Akuma's always been there. Virgil has almost always been there, but like a year or two back, I was like, I'm gonna have Dante as my center, just because you know, Dante's cool. He's really fun to play. I love his combos, as hard as they are to do, and he has one of the best assists in the game, hands down. Jam Session's so fucking good. Like it may not be hidden missiles necessarily, but oh god, it's just such a good assist. And again, failing to get the Spiral Swords there. And if I had run up and S'd, I could have gotten a combo there, but tragically could not quite get that. Captain America is starting to scare me. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of killers online. Captain America and Hagar, I feel like I'm seeing more and more of online, and maybe a little bit Hulk, which is different from what I was used to back when I used to play this online. And I gotta say, I'm very happy with the current state of this game online. Like, obviously, I know that the PSN, or just the netcode for this game in general, isn't great, and most of the serious players are now just hanging out on Parsec, doing stuff like that through Discord servers, and I need to hop on that because I'm sure I'd have a much better time, and it'd actually just be a better tool for me learning this game properly. But I've just been a little bit lazy, so I've just been hopping on PS4 and playing people online, and I am shocked at how alive this game's online still is. You know, sometimes it is a little dead, sometimes you are going to be running into the same one or two people, but every time I play, I feel like there's like a 50-50 shot, like, oh, I'm gonna run into like a killer who never stopped playing, or I'm running into people who seem to be kind of at like a little bit of a lower skill feeling like me. Sometimes you run to absolute beginners, sometimes you run to people that are like, you know, kind of learning the ropes, which is kind of the category I'd put myself in. And it's been a ton of fun just rediscovering why I love this game in the lead up to Combo Breaker 2023, and it's just cool to see Marvel having a moment again in the culture. It seems like ever since both the modding scene for this game picked up, and also they announced that it was going to be back as a main game at EVO, It's just been really fucking cool to see Marvel 3 kind of brought back into the limelight, because I love this game. It's a broken mess, and okay, check this out. I really feel like that Ryu player semi-deserved that win. That was a good super call to counter my super, but I just managed to barely tap Ryu's toes there and take the game, and I was like, ha! I got you. Felt very satisfying. But yeah, it's just, there's something poetic to me about the fact that I've been playing fighting games for, God, on and off since 2011 now, basically. And Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was, I think, the big game that made me go, oh, the FGC is a thing, and oh, there is this serious dedicated community for fighting games that that seems pretty cool, and kind of brought me into the fold. And just when I happened to have the opportunity in my life to carve out the time to go to a tournament, my first tournament, I get to participate in this game, and the scene feels more alive than it has in maybe years past. Marvel never dies, as they say, and I definitely believe that. The community for this game has always stuck with it. There's always been that dedicated core of players that have been hanging out and having fun with it, and still discovering new things about this game, and playing around with different team combinations that people in the heyday of this game didn't necessarily think to experiment with. But it's just a little nice seeing it maybe brought back into the public right when I get the chance to compete at it. So the other games I'm playing, though, are going to be Under Night In-Birth, which I feel alright in. Same with Melty Blood Type Lumina. And then I also signed up for Guilty Gear Strive, which I wanted to cancel out of and replace with Marvel 3, but by the time I decided to add Marvel 3, it was a little too late to cancel my registration for that. And there we go. Finally got that bold cancel combo with Dante. Look at that. Into Hammer. OTG. Going to Super. Beautiful. Love it. Cool-ass combo. Probably going to DHC after for the kill. Yes. God, I really need to let that final shot ring out more. I don't think that would have killed yet. And ooh, the happy birthday, not a fan of that. And that's a dead Akuma. Unfortunate. But, as I was saying, Under Night and Melty Blood, I feel alright in. I have a general, like, game plan down for both of those games, and kind of have a combo for my mains in each of those, and like a general sense of like, okay, this is what I should be doing in matches. But I could have probably practiced a lot more. I spent a lot more time in training mode than I did actually playing the game against actual people with those two, so who knows how I'm gonna do. And then Strive, I like didn't practice at all until like last night. I was like, yeah, I should go back and see what's up with Strive right now, and I practiced I got down like a basic Ramlethal combo or two, and I was like, okay, well, fuck it, whatever, I'll play to hang out. My friends were like, hey, you know, you could just not show up for the pools or whatever and just, like, you know, kind of eliminate yourself, but I was like, yeah, that's corny. I signed up for it, and even if I don't necessarily mean to compete, I'll play anyways, because, you know what, whatever, fuck it. I'm not there to necessarily win, I'm there to have an experience and have fun with it, so I probably don't really know anything, you know, with what I'm doing at Strive, but yeah, whatever. Fuck it. Maybe this is my kick in the butt to get back into Strive a little bit. Honestly, the new character that I think is coming out actually just today, Asuka. I know he's banned at the tournament for obvious reasons because he just came out, but look at that leg. You see that? Bad. But maybe this is my excuse to get back into Strive a little bit, because I did have fun with that game. It was a ton of fun when I was playing it. And, geez, yeah, I don't know, it's just a cool time for fighting games. I know Under Night 2 leaked. Very excited about that. I hope my boy Chaos, who I recently learned that I love after many, many years of playing Akatsuki, is back in. I'm assuming he will be, since he's not part of the OG lineup, but he's been there since the console release of the first game, so I feel like he'll definitely be there in some capacity. But yeah, between Chaos and Under Night and Mario and Melty Blood, I've started to realize as of late that I have an affinity for puppet characters, or at least the French-bred version of puppet characters that I never quite knew I had. And they are very complicated and complex characters that I maybe don't put the most amount of time into learning, and probably should spend more time with. But you know what? I think I've kind of realized in the past few years, like, you don't need to be at the peak of your game to have fun with fighting games, obviously, because God knows the majority of the player base isn't. And, even if I'm mostly just flailing around and experimenting with the tools and the toys I know, that's no excuse to not give it my all and not try to have fun and not try to improve and not try to win, right? So, I am going to just utilize the knowledge I have, and maybe I'll learn some lessons along the way. But you don't know until you try, and that's something about life, you know. To get corny here as I chip out this Nova player in the scummiest victory possible. Sometimes, even though you know, we trick our brains a lot into going, oh, I can't do this yet because I'm not prepared, or I'm not in the ideal situation to do this. And I think something that I've taken to heart this year, and I will say part of this is I recently broke up with an ex of mine, and, you know, wonderful person. We're still going to be friends. We're just taking a break from each other, sort of thing. But, you know, we just had a long talk that was like, yeah, hey, long-term, this probably isn't going to be the best fit. And, like, you know, we tried it out, didn't work, no hard feelings, that sort of thing. So we're taking a little bit of a break from each other. But she did a lot of work to get me out of my shell a little bit, and I'm really starting to appreciate that. I feel like now that I've had time to, maybe reflect on the relationship a little bit now that we're taking a break from each other. And I think something I learned from that experience and getting closer to that very adventurous person is that sometimes you just gotta say fuck it. Maybe I'm not ready, but I can kind of force myself to just give it a go. And if anything, you get an experience out of it, and with that experience comes more confidence. With that experience comes more knowledge and expertise that you feel like you can rely on, and you just have to force yourself to be ready. And I'm feeling that with this tournament lead up, where I just kind of have this feeling like, oh God, I can't, you know, practice as much as I want to for these games, and part of that is because, you know, I play other games, I have other hobbies, I have adult responsibilities, I have work, I have friendships I want to maintain, like all this sort of stuff or whatever. But you know, so does everyone else. You know, we're all trying to make room and space for the things we care about and the things we appreciate, and with the exception of the very tippy top of you know, any hobby, the majority of people are working in a compromised state where we just have to give it our best and give our passions and the loves of our lives in terms of, like, you know, activities and skills and hobbies and stuff like that, what we can afford to give them, and try to find a balance in our life and make sure that we're not consumed by it. And don't let the fact that maybe we can't make our lives revolve around the things we necessarily you know, have the most fun with. We can't let that consume us, right? We just have to struggle to find the fun that we can in the time we're allowed, considering the material reality of everything, right? So, Jesus Christ, this is what happens when you get 18 minutes into Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 match footage. You start getting all existential. I'm barely talking about the match footage anymore, but you know, I think that's okay. I kind of like this mode here, where I'm just talking about where I'm at with things, and the game serves as fun little background footage. That being said, I am going to talk about this match, because I do fucking remember. I remember this stage, I remember this Akuma. I'm real proud of this one. I'm pretty sure I posted this one. Yes, I did post this one to Twitter. Look at that beautiful, full Virgil B&B going into the Spiral Swords, and we have just enough meter to get another Spiral Swords out, go into Lunar Phase, boom, 60-hit combo, killing Akuma. Oh, that felt great. Immediately hit Ryu, go into the full Team Aerial combo, getting more meter because I went with the down one. I got 3 meters. DHC. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Clean. Clean. Get the shot off. Ooh. Into the Beam Super. It's unfortunately not going to be enough to kill. I probably could have killed if I used X Factor. I'm not entirely sure. I know that there is a. Oh, ooh, look at that! Look at that cross up. Beautiful. So happy with this game. I'm still barely taking any damage in this game, and they're down to their last character. You fucking love to see it. That's Marvel, baby. Unfortunately, Chun-Li, Anchor, is gonna put in some work here, and I'm gonna struggle a little bit, but. Yeah, I normally, as I say as I do it, don't like to use X Factor with all three of my characters. I know that there is a school of Marvel study that is very big on resource usage and very big on using X Factor as soon as you can use it to, like, kill off a character. There's this certain, like, I guess, strategy that some people have with this game that goes something like this, you know. Your enemy having a full team is bad because they have the most tools at their disposal that they'll ever have in the match, and as soon as you can even decrease that count by 1, you're already at a major advantage. They can't call out the assist, they don't have that other character to fall back on for DHCs and team aerial combos and all that stuff, and I see the argument there, but that being said, I very much struggle to justify using that X Factor only at level 1 with all three of my characters. For those of you who don't know how X Factor works in this game, it gets stronger the less characters you have alive. So you get like a short and kind of weak buff when you activate it at level 1 with all three of your characters. At level 2, which is when one of your character dies, it's like a decent buff and it lasts longer. And then at level 3 it lasts a considerable amount of time and it gives your last character a major buff. And that's what I like to do. I like to use X Factor level 3, ideally with Akuma or Virgil. It's where I am in my comfort zone. And unfortunately, I didn't necessarily get the height down with that spiral sword loop, so wasn't able to get that to work. But you know what? I wouldn't have had enough meter to do anything off of that, anyways. Dealing with another Hulk here, and I've been really struggling against Hulks online. I don't know if part of it is just the super armor. But yeah, Hulk hits like a fucking truck. I need to be a little bit better about not letting them get in and just being a little bit smarter. There we go. Am I gonna go for the level 3? Yes, I am. Boom, boom, boom. That's not gonna be enough to kill, though. Hulk's a beefy boy. Oh, that was a good assist to save my ass there. X-Factoring once again to save my ass. See, sometimes I'll do that where it's like, no, I have a feeling I can X-Factor here to make myself safe and then punish afterwards. I'll do that at level 1. Other times what I'll do is if I get a happy birthday and I know I can kill a character through that, I'll often spend the X-Factor just because that feels worth it to me. Scroll players can scare the shit out of me. I just don't know how to properly fight this character, and I fucked up the combo. Unfortunate. It's okay. Going for it again. Boom. Okay. Clay Pigeon finished up the match there. Yeah, I feel like I'm fairly comfortable with bold canceling and stuff like that, but at the same time, I still am fucking it up enough online, and part of me is like, how much of that is just like the netcode versus my execution, and that's the frustrating stuff with playing games on delay-based netcode is sometimes it's just not accurate to what the offline experience is like, but then also too, you can fool yourself easily into being like, oh, it's just the lag, and it's not me being bad at execution, and the answer is I just don't know. And this fucking Hawkeye Doom Sentinel player is just zoning me the fuck out. I remember I played a lot of matches against this person, and they were very fucking good. I think this is the one match against them that I won. And, oh geez, yeah, there you could see me, I kept doing standing S, and that's because I wasn't getting my, I wasn't getting my Dante teleport out, which was a nightmare. Every now and again I catch myself doing that too, and it's like, oh geez, I think that's just me being bad at the execution, which is sad because the input is down, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing wrong, but... And god, yeah, dealing with the zoning game is so annoying. I'm still not entirely sure how to effectively deal with Doom missiles, but you know, it is a meta-defining assist and move for a reason, right? And there we go. See, was very happy using X-Factor there to kill that Doom because Doom is a fucking problem, and also they had already lost a character. So I felt pretty good about that usage. And yeah, struggling here. Don't want Sentinel to get any opportunity there, so I just rush down and managed to eke out a low and take the game. Was very happy with that match, especially after that, again, that person was honestly a much stronger player than I was, and was kicking my ass and zoning me out really hard in the previous games we had fought, and I remember just feeling like I had no decent way to get in. Yeah, I feel like I am not... Honestly, this may sound weird, but I feel a lot more confident getting in on Morrigan Doom than I do, like, Hawkeye Sentinel Doom, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's because Morrigan players, from my experience, tend to want to go in to fish out, like, combos and stuff like that, and I feel like I have a decent chance of catching them doing something during that time. Oh, we gonna go into spiral sword loops here? Let's see. And... yeah, okay, is this a dead Doom? That's a dead Doom, beautiful. But yeah, I don't know, there's just something where, I don't get as intimidated by Morrigan Doom as I feel like a lot of, players do, or at least as far as the reputation for Morrigan Doom, goes. But I don't know what the fuck to do against Hawkeye, and even though I know a lot of people say Sentinel isn't very good in this game, I feel like I don't really know what to do against good Sentinel players. And I tried to go for the OTG super there, only to realize I was just shy a super bar, which is unfortunate. Also, since this is the last match, you can see my rank has been fluctuating. I have been going between Fighter and 8th Lord in this game for so goddamn long, and I recently deranked back down again to Fighter because I was stubborn and kept playing against people online that were killing me, but, you know, whatever, rank doesn't matter. What matters is you playing, having fun, and getting better, right? So, this was fun, though. I was like, you know what? I have the life lead. Again, I'm just gonna wait. Eventually, I'll have a good opportunity to go at this Strange player. I'm not gonna let them do their bullshit. Just, yeah. There we go. Dante has full life still. Just let that timer count down. And there we go. Into the classic teleport behind you Helmbreaker. Beautiful. But yeah, that was the latest episode of Back Alley Knife Fights. Wish me luck. By the time you're watching this, I am going to be down in Illinois at Combo Breaker, so excited, but also a little nervous, but we'll see how I do. Thanks everyone for watching, and have a good one. See ya.